Okay, I'm on my night walk, y'all. So this video is going to be about how the narcissist has more respect for what the new supply has. So, and how they will use that to show the ultimate form of ungratefulness for someone or people that have been down for them and helped them their entire lives. So I'm going to give you an example. Okay, you're taking care of a nephew, you adopted him. This is your blood nephew, okay? And you've taken care of him since he was a baby. Maybe the mom or dad was on drugs or got on drugs or passed away, whatever the situation is. So you basically took your nephew in from the time he was 2 years old. You keep him till he's about 17, 18 years old. Suddenly he becomes disrespectful, or it could be a niece or whatever. But in this instance, I'm going to use the example of a nephew. Okay. So he becomes disrespectful, rebellious, moves out, cursing you out, or whatever. So the new supply is a lady that has a son about his age, right? Or maybe the new lady is someone that's his girlfriend's mom. Okay, so let's say this nephew has a girlfriend. So the new supply becomes the girlfriend and her mom. So your nephew goes to stay with the girlfriend and the mom, and they own a home. Now keep in mind, the aunt that raised this particular nephew, right? She did not own a home. She rented homes. She rented apartments her nephew's entire life. However, she allowed him from the time he was approximately 2 years old to stay in every home that she rented and every apartment that she rented. But she doesn't own these places, okay? So when the nephew gets about 17, 18 years old, he drops the old supply, which is the aunt, and he decides to go and stay with his girlfriend and her mom. So then he tells the aunt that raises him at some point, well, my girlfriend's mom, she owns a home. You're just renting, ain't she? You're just a renter. My girlfriend's mom, she owned her own home. So what you got ain't shit. So, I'm in a better situation, ain't she? Because I'm over here with a woman that own a house. So it's whatever. I don't need you no more. But this is the thing. You might end up having to tell this nephew, look, regardless of how you feel, you don't have neither a place you're renting or a home you own. And you got to let this nephew know, like, look, there's always going to be somebody that has a higher amount of things or more items or homes that they own. But the bottom line is, nephew, yeah, I was a renter, but you should be grateful that every place I rented, you were allowed to live there too. However, this is the problem with this. Because the nephew's a narcissist, he doesn't look at it that way. Okay? He doesn't really have much gratitude or gratefulness for the fact that a lot of kids didn't even know their real family. Okay? This is just an example. I mean, this happens to people all the time that raise their not just nephews but nieces, and they just turn on them, along with telling who raised them that they're not about shit because they don't own something. Because of the narcissism, the nephew is unable to look at the fact and really be truly grateful for the fact he wasn't in a foster home. He wasn't abandoned by the complete family. She didn't have him living in the street 18 years. And whatever she had, the auntie of the nephew, she allowed him and shared with him. And he's very ungrateful for that. So this is just one example, y'all, of how these situations play out. And it's just a bad situation, and it will be very painful to the person that was the prior supply. Because, of course, the new supply in this particular situation would be the girlfriend and her mom. So just keep this in mind. This is how they will look at it. So when you're participating in raising people and being there for them, if they are narcissists, you're just a supply source to them. And in those type of situations, you pretty much gotta stop being a supply source, and just kind of deal with it at a distance, and be very grateful that that nephew is over at someone else's home dealing with that. I mean, you feel sorry for the person that's the new supply, because at the same time, you understand that they're being used. However, and even if you're a guy, and you're an uncle and you raised your niece, and this happened to you, and you just got dumped off like that and told that, hey, well, somebody else is better because they own and you rent. That's just what it is. You just got to understand that's a narcissist. Sometimes it's a sociopath. Sometimes they can be much more than just a narcissist. But this is how this works, y'all. So just beware. Understand how it goes down. And how these situations progress into these situations. Because many times, especially when you're taking on relatives and things, right? Many times, the narcissism kicks in because of a lack of a control environment, because they didn't have their real parents around. So yeah, it's a great thing to raise your nieces and nephews, but if they suffered and grieved over the loss of their biological parents, then you still may end up with a narcissist on your hands because they weren't able to get beyond that. And someone that doesn't have their biological parents, whether it be one or both, that's considered a lack of control situation also. And these are the elements that create narcissism. So this is something I studied on, and I learned from listening to the doctors and things on YouTube explain some of this. And then one of the people that really went over this pretty well was one of the YouTubers. He's a psychopath and a narcissist himself, and he explains this pretty well. So just telling his story and going over what a lack of control environment is. So just beware, and please like, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate y'all, and I hope this makes sense. I love doing my videos when I'm on my night walks. I'm right here at the restaurant now, so I am going to go in this beautiful place and eat, y'all. So again, please like, share, and subscribe, and I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you.